right. I'm going to try to do my energetic intro, but not energetic because I'm sick. Hello, everybody. This is Evan Rogers. We are doing an online live lesson, and I am sick. So, pardon my voice. And if I cough a lot, I am sorry. We are on, what is this, like the 41st video of this. And again, you can join in $5 a month. We're here with Kayla and John. The best thing you can do, though, if you don't want to join in, share, subscribe, like, leave a comment, all that sort of good stuff. That way other people can find my channel. Great. We're on the 8th drill / conversation of lesson 5. We're doing negative copula, which is, negative des. You can argue it's a copula or not, whatever. And not adjectives in the complement area, which is, at the end of the sentence, basically. Excuse me, I'm snorting because I'm sick. Number 8, which reminds me of that Simpsons joke. Number 8. Bleh. No one will get that. All right. Please repeat after Scratchy Voice McGee. Nishikawa-san ga imasu ka? That was terrible. Let me do that one again. Nishikawa-san ga imasu ka?
Nishikawa-san ga imasu ka?
Nishikawa-san ga imasu ka?
Very American. Yeah. The imas is for things that can move of their own accord. So, animals basically is the biggest one. There's a few other things out there, but in general, animals. And it basically means, is there somebody at a location? There is somebody, or, animal, whatever, something that can move. Like, there is something here. Like, there is somebody at the door. There's a dog in the park. There is a monkey in the tree. That sort of there is in English is imas. For things that cannot move of their own accord, what would be the equivalent?
Imasen.
No, that would mean that something that can move of its own accord is not at a location.
Is that the ikimasu?
That is to go somewhere. So that'd be odd if something can't move on its own. Here's a hint.
Oh, arimasen.
Well, in the positive, it'd be Artimos. So.
I was like getting so confused.
No, you're fine. So if you want to say that there's paper on the table, you'd be like, on the table, kami ga arimasu. There's paper on the table. Yeah, table no ue ni kami ga arimasu or something like that. So anyway, the verb would be arimasu. And that means there is something at a location that can't move of its own accord. And that's the distinction, whether or not it can move of its own volition, whether it can do it on its own, or whether it cannot. Artimos is for things like DVDs, and imas is for basically animals. You're going to get some weird situations where there's like robots that move of their own accord, or like somebody loves their car so much that they treat it like it's its own entity that moves on its own, I guess. But in general, that's the general thing. Okay? All right. Nishikawa-san ga imasu ka?
Nishikawa-san ga imasu ka?
Nishikawa-san ga imasu ka?
Very good. Sumimasen. Imasen.
Sumimasen. Imasen.
Sumimasen. Imasen.
Excuse me, or I'm sorry. He is not here, or that individual is not here. It could be a boy or a girl.
I know sumimasen. I use that a lot.
Sumimasen. Even when you don't need to, you're like, you stub your toe and you're like, sumimasen.
No, I'm fat, so I run into people a lot when we're in Japan.
Sorry, for some reason, when you said that, it reminded me of that Brooklyn Nine-Nine, where they have the goofball captain, and he's like, oh, that's going to leave a mark, but he uses it at the wrong time. Anyway. All right, sorry, next one. Basically, this drill is common Japanese, what are they called? Surnames, family names. Oh, and while we're on the topic of names, I probably should have mentioned this earlier. In Japanese, generally, you get last name and then first name, or whatever the term would be. Obviously, if your last name is your first thing that you're saying, it's not really your last name. But what we call in English your last name and what we call in English your first name is the order that they would give it. So it'd be, for example, I'm Evan Rogers. They would generally call me Rogers Evan, although because I'm a big 6 foot tall white guy, they might just do the Evan Rogers thing and then get confused as whether or not I'm Evan or Rogers, and then deal with it later. But in general, these are all last names, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a friend. Well, I guess I shouldn't give his whole name. I'll just mix two of my Japanese friends. We'll go Shohei Imamura. If they're listening, they know who they are. So Shohei Imamura is his name in English. When he's in Japan, he's Imamura Shohei. We'll put it that way. All right. So next one, John's favorite name. Watanabe-san ga imasu ka?
Watanabe-san ga imasu ka?
Watanabe-san ga imasu ka?
Hey, good. Sumimasen, imasen.
Sumimasen, imasen.
Sumimasen, imasen.
Yeah, great. Yeah, so whenever you bump into somebody, you could be like, "You are not here anymore because I bumped into you." All right, so we're just doing names. The next one is going to be Kawamura-san. That's a pretty common name. Kayla, could you ask John if Kawamura-san is here?
Kawamura-san ga imasu ka?
Sumimasen, imasen.
Yes, sumimasen, imasen. All right, John, it's your turn. Now we're doing Tanaka-san.
Tanaka-san ga imasu ka?
Sumimasen, imasen.
Yeah, great. Depending on context or intonation might change in the sentence. So, Tanaka-san ga imasu ka? Tanaka-san ga imasu ka? Tanaka-san ga imasu ka? Like, there's numerous ways to do the intonation depending on situations for all of these. Yamamoto, this is a very common one. Kayla, ask if Kayla's here. Ask if Yamamoto-san's in.
Yamamoto-san ga imasu ka?
Sumimasen, imasen.
Exactly. Sumimasen, imasen. And then Sato-san. This is a very common name. John, you're up.
Sato-san ga imasu ka?
Sumimasen, imasen.
Sumimasen, imasen. Depending on context, we like if this were a business, the imasen might change to something else. Like this might be irashaimasu and like, all that sort of stuff. But we don't have to get into that right now. All right. That was pretty easy. Those just names. Is somebody here? I figured we should practice names and practice is somebody at a location. That's an important verb to know. No, they're not here. No, they're not here. Okay, great. Number 9. We're still doing the imas verb, and we're still doing names, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But there's more of them. All right. So we're just going to ask who was there. Let's say there was a party last night. And you're like, oh my God, who showed up? And they're like, oh my God, I can't believe it was Takahashi-san. Oh, you couldn't believe it. It doesn't have to be a party. But let's go ahead and do this one. Repeat after me. Dare ga imashita ka?
Dare ga imashita ka?
Dare ga imashita ka?
Yeah, who was there? Who was at that location? And then we're going to say, Takahashi-san ga imashita.
Takahashi-san ga imashita.
Takahashi-san was there, baby.
Takahashi-san ga imashita.
There we go. Takahashi-san ga imashita. Good. Yeah, great. Takahashi-san. The common name again. Common name. Dare ga imashita ka?
Dare ga imashita ka?
Dare ga imashita ka?
Ito-san ga imashita.
Ito-san ga imashita.
Ito-san ga imashita.
Yeah, when I was giving an example of this sentence, of this conversation taking place in real life, I was like, oh my God, you wouldn't believe it. Just for the record, there's nowhere in what I've written is there, oh my God, you wouldn't believe it written, okay? So just to make sure, we're just saying Takahashi was there. Ito was there. There's no, oh my God, you won't believe it. Okay, anyway. So the question is, we're going to ask who was there, and then we give a name and say was there, okay? I'll leave this up just for now. John, go ahead and ask Kayla who was there, and Kayla, Mr. Nakamura or Miss Nakamura, whatever it might be. San is gender neutral, so.
Dare ga imashita ka?
Nakamura-san ga imashita.
Yeah, good. Yeah. John, I'm going to nitpick a little bit. Dare ga imashita ka?
Dare ga imashita ka?
Yeah, that sounded better. Dare ga imashita ka?
Dare ga imashita ka?
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Dare ga imashita ka?
Dare ga imashita ka?
Nicolaj. Somebody will get that joke. All right. Kayla. What's that?
So obviously not.
That's another Brooklyn Nine-Nine joke. It sounds like whenever he says Nicolaj, he's like Nicolaj. All right. So anyway, Kayla, please ask who's here, and let us know that. And John, it's Mr. Yoshida was there. Sorry, now who's here? Who was there?
誰がいましたか?
Yoshida-san ga imashita.
Yeah, good. Yoshida-san ga imashita. Yoshida-san. Cool. Next, I'll take out that and we'll be stuck with the Romaji. John, it's your turn to ask, and it was Mr. Yamaguchi or Ms. Yamaguchi.
誰がいましたか?
Yamaguchi-san ga imashita.
Yeah, sorry, I had the wrong one highlighted.
No, you're fine.
The Mountain Mouth. How'd you like to be named Mountain Mouth? All right.
The
What's that?
Yamaguchi.
Oh yeah, this is the kanji for the first one is mountain, and the second one is mouth.
That was a famous figure skater, Christy Yamaguchi.
Yeah. So this would be her name. Yeah, Christy Mountain Mouth.
Oh. It was more Nancy Kerrigan. She had the horse mouth.
Oh man, was Nancy Kerrigan the one that got smacked by the pipe?
Was it Nancy Kerrigan or was it
Tanya Harding is the one that hired the dude to hit Nancy Kerrigan, right?
Yeah, that's right.
God, I was in like middle school.
Yeah, she literally looked like a horse.
Which one, Kerrigan?
Yeah, she had like big horse teeth.
Oh, I feel bad for her now. They're being so mean to her. She had a broken knee, if I remember.
I don't think it was broken. I think she still finished and competed.
Did she?
Yeah, it didn't break it. It just bruised it.
Man.
How embarrassing that you don't know your Olympic figure skating.
My face is red.
It should be.
Because somebody read it. All right. I'm a dad, so I have to make those jokes. It's in the DNA. You get a card that lets you make those jokes when you have a child. All right. Next one. I forget who started this. Kayla, you're asking who was there, excuse me. And I think it's this time. Actually, it's John's turn. John, you're asking who was there. Kayla, it was Kimura.
I think we skipped Yamaguchi.
We just did Yamaguchi.
Oh, embarrassing, John. Jeez.
I'm not the teacher.
Well, on number 4.
Yeah, you're supposed to ask me.
Oh, okay. 誰がいましたか?
Kimura-san ga imashita.
Everything about that went wrong. But great. Yeah, no, sorry. You guys read it properly. Just everything about the logistics of that went wrong. All right, great. John, it's your turn to ask who was there. And Kayla, it was Suzuki. We're going to get rid of it.
誰がいましたか?
Great.
Suzuki-san ga imashita.
Great. Because I said great, it cut out the zoo of Suzuki. But you did great. Kayla, your turn to ask. And John, your turn to answer. Hayashi.
誰がいましたか?
Hayashi-san. I can't even do it. I laughed. Hayashi-san ga imashita.
Yeah, great.
Hayashi.
Hayashi. That's what Mario yells when he's laughing at his pet dinosaur. There's a curry for anybody out there. Everyone listening, when you go to Japan and you're going to get curry at a curry rice house or whatever, they have another type of curry called Hayashi rice. Try ordering it one time. It's really good. You might still like the curry, but just give it a shot. Just be aware that Hayashi rice exists, and it's pretty much it's a different flavor and it tastes great. It's almost got more of a wine flavor to it. I don't think it has wine in it. It's just that it has more of a wine flavor. So if you're ever in Japan, try ordering some Hayashi rice. All right. That's that. Any questions with this?
Nope.
Okay, great. Notice how there's like 10 of them. How many? Okay, good. There are just 10. Okay. Let me look at this one. This one's a lot of stuff going on, and we still have about 10 minutes. So yeah. So let's go ahead and do a little bit more about. We'll try to work through this one, okay?
Okay.
All right. Repeat after me. 昨日Nakamura-sanがいましたね.
昨日Nakamura-sanがいましたね.
No, Nakamura-san ga imashita ne.
Yeah, good. Kino, yesterday. Nakamura-san ga. The subject is Mr. Nakamura or Miss Nakamura. I'm just going with Mr. because it just flows out of my mouth quickly. Imashita was there, ne, right? Mr. and Mrs. Nakamura was here. This should be in parentheses. We're not really sure. Was at whatever location we're talking about. Right?
Yep.
いえ、違います。
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 Incorrect and then incorrect again. いや、違います。山口さんがいましたよ。
Yamaguchi-san ga imashita yo.
Yamaguchi-san ga imashita yo.
Yeah, no, it was Mr. Yamaguchi who was here or there or whatever location it was. Okay.
Yep.
Great. So we're going from whatever name here to the other name that I give you, and we're just gonna say it wasn't that guy; it was the other guy. All right. Repeat after me. Kino Yoshida-san ga imashita ne.
Kino Yoshida-san ga imashita ne.
Yeah, good.
No, Yoshida-san ga imashita ne.
Yeah, good. Iie, chigaimasu.
Iie, chigaimasu.
Iie, chigaimasu.
Ito-san ga imashita yo.
Ito-san ga imashita yo.
Ito-san ga imashita yo.
Yeah. Be careful. Ito-san sounds like he's a piece of thread. Ito-san ga imashita yo.
Ito-san ga imashita yo.
John.
Oh, sorry. Ito-san ga imashita yo.
Yeah, the long oohs are a little bit important.
Yeah, I knew you were correcting her, not me. That's why.
Nicolaj. All right. So yesterday, John, you're pretty sure Suzuki was there. Excuse me. But Kayla, you know better. It was actually Kimura.
Kino, Suzuki-san ga imashita ne.
Iie, chigaimasu. Kimura-san ga imashita yo.
Yeah, Kimura.
Kimura-san ga imashita yo.
Yeah, good. It was a little bit of the English Kimura is what I heard.
Got it.
You're fine. Okay, this time, Kayla, you're pretty sure it was not Takahashi, not Nakahashi. Takahashi. But it was actually Hayashi-san, John.
Kino Takahashi-san ga imashita ne.
Iie, chigaimasu. Hayashi-san ga imashita yo.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Any questions with this? Okay. After this, so we've done sentences that end in nouns, sentences that end in not adjectives here. We've had sentences that end in verbs. Kayla, pop quiz. What other major word group do you think I'm going to teach us about how a sentence ends in? Nouns, verbs, not adjectives, and
Adverbs.
good guess. No,
Adjective.
there is one more type of adjective. What's the other major group of adjectives? Not adjectives and putting you on the spot here. I don't know if you know it. It's okay.
Prepositions.
No.
Hold on.
Think of the word oishii, muzukashii.
The E?
Yeah, E adjectives. Yeah, E adjectives. Yeah. So we're going to be ending sentences in E adjectives after this, okay?
Okay.
I'll send you guys the
Like E,
oh yeah.
as in it ends in the E? Is that what you mean by it?
Yeah. So right here you see E adjectives. We'll talk about how E adjectives work. And we'll be making them negative and past tense as well, and it'll be a lot of fun because it's kind of tricky.
Okay, I was gonna say that's like I don't really remember ever learning it, and I'm sure I have.
Okay, no, that's I'm sure you have. There's 4 major word groups: nouns, verbs, not adjectives, and E adjectives. There's technically no adjectives, but it's a little bit weird because those operate very similarly to nouns. But those are the 4 major ones, and we're about to have learned all of them and how to make them all negative, how to make them all past tense, and how to make them all just regular. So, or when they end a sentence that way. And then I'll try to make up like a quiz and like a practice sheet of some sort or do something like that. And then we're going to go into modifying nouns, which sounds easy, but it's going to be the hardest thing. I'm just going to throw it at us as fast as we can. Okay, great. That'll be a few lessons away, so don't worry about that. All right. I will see you guys on apparently not Friday. It'll be around Monday.
Yep.
Okay, great. See you guys.
All right.
Bye bye.
甘いお芋が焼けてるよ
If you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you like, subscribe, and share this video to everybody you know and yell at them repeatedly until they subscribe as well. If you'd like to support me even more, head on over to patreon.com, where for just $1 a month, 3 cents a day, that's it, it's darn near free, you can help me financially keep these videos coming. And as a reward for your Patreon donations, you get access to all of the miscellaneous things that I produce to help out my own students who I teach in person, and also just things that I make for myself. And if you want a little bit more bang for your buck, head on over to Teespring, where you can get lots of fun clothing, mugs, stickers, cell phone cases, all that I've designed. More designs to come. I hope you have yourself a happy dappy day. Peace out.